Now, of course, there's been a lot of conversation. Now that we've talked about it, I'm going to be real. I think I was like the first person to talk about it online. Okay, talking about this whole thing as far as commentators go, and it doesn't really matter who started it, who mentioned it first or not. It doesn't matter. The fact that there's a lot of people talking about this is a good thing. Yes, there are some people that are taking this and taking it to a whole other level, trying to turn it into something that it really doesn't need to be. Okay, because I think that it's about our youths. Okay.
So now interracial killing doesn't really need to be nothing. But when it's a white dude kill a black person, it's protests in the streets, it's activists popping up everywhere.
I'd love to hear his take when Penny handled business. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, anything like that. Like anything, a noose is found somewhere. It's just
okay, youths. My cousin Vinny. All right. It's our youths that is the problem. It's not a black and white thing. It's the right or wrong thing.
Wow.
I'm just going to say that one more time. It is not a black and white thing. It is a right and wrong thing. And I see that some commentators are going out of their way to try to turn this into something that it is not. I just don't see it like that. I don't. There's commentators that are, because they have their little.
It's me.
They have their little echo chambers.
Yep.
And they want to feed to that demo.
Got an echo chamber. Press 1 if you appreciate the Ock Nation echo chamber, man.
The echo chamber of facts.
1.
Yeah.
Or to that echo chamber, so they start throwing out the race card, and I think that's trash. Okay.
People like you.
I think that's absolute trash, in my personal opinion. Because there's plenty of stories. We have heard plenty of cases like this where the situation's flipped around or it's the same race.
You haven't. No, you haven't heard plenty of stories of no white kid killing no 4.0.
No.
All-American football player.
No.
You haven't. No. You haven't heard. There ain't been plenty of cases. Like I can't think of one, but there definitely ain't been plenty.
Like some people will fuck around and bring up one from like 1982, and I mean because it doesn't happen,
Yeah, this
race. Just saying, kids nowadays are getting more and more violent as the years progress. And I've already said this to you guys a million times before. I feel like I say it at least once a show. But 2025 be 2025 in. It's been even more diabolical than ever before. Okay, but now we're dealing with knives, not just pew-pews, not just guns. Now we're dealing with knives. We just talked about yesterday, same day that we talked about this case, a man turned a weapon on himself, a knife on himself, and then he attacked not only the people around him, but his friend that he was with, the girlfriend, not the girlfriend, but the friend that was a female that he was with. All because of a psychological, whatever happened to him mentally, because of some sort of substance that he had in his system. So again, we don't know the race of that person, nor does it even matter unless the attack is racially motivated. And I think that's the important part. If the attack is racially motivated, that's one conversation. But if this is just some ungarnered situation.
But pause that real quick.
Then we need to see it as such. Because again,
what does it matter if it's racially motivated or not? Like, what difference does that matter to me? He murdered this dude. What do I care if he did it because he was white or not? You get what I'm saying? Because look,
right.
And that alone, that's the main point. But yeah, they would have killed anybody for anything. So it's hard to say that it was racially motivated. You know what I mean? But I just hate the whole hate crime argument. If it's a glider, it's a hate crime. If it's not a hate crime. That's horse shit, dude.
And if the situation was flipped, let's just say Carmelo was white and Austin was black. Let's just say that for a second, all right? Would these same commentators that are out here saying those things, would they be saying those things?
If Carmelo was white and Austin was black, those commentators would be drowned in a sea of voices calling for a national conversation on race, calling for Caitlin Clark and Trump to speak out about this, calling for just every fucking body to speak out about it. Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith would be talking about this shit on First Take. I guarantee you they would. Because think about it, a black 4.0 high school false star with Division I recruits and shit, scholarships and shit. That would be they talked about George Floyd, a fucking crackhead. They would definitely. They talked about fucking Rashad Brooks. They canceled playoff games over Rashad Brooks. They would definitely talk about a fucking 4.0 black football player that got fucking stabbed to death at a fucking track meet by a fucking white kid.
Yep, they be saying he's jealous and all kind of stuff.
Here's the thing, though, too. Their victims are all criminals. Like, you know what I mean? This guy here, Austin Metcalf, was a straight-up 4.0 scholar, athlete, all that other stuff. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that just goes to show you the sickness of the son mind. Like, it doesn't matter if the guy's a criminal or not. If he's black, we'll support him, but we can't support our own.
Right.
Like, that just goes to show you the supremacy, like the supremacist mindset that they have.
But what about
and this guy seems reasonable too. He doesn't seem like a nigga. This guy seems reasonable, and he's still, like I told you, if you're black people, the baseline black ideology and theory is this shit. You know what I mean? Kamala, vote Kamala. Trump's a racist. All those same things are baseline. Like they're baseline, they're not radical. All the shit we think that would seem radical or fringe that black people say are literally run of the mill.
Yep.
Mainstream.
Would they be saying the same thing? Well, we need to look to the parents and look at all the white families. That's the problem with it. That's the problem with the world today. These white families. That's the problem. Really?
Yes, they would.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, racism.
Just saying. But for certain people, for certain not demographics, but for certain channels, for certain platforms, they will try everything they can to throw in the race card to make it seem.
Yep, we're throwing in the race card because it is race. And here's the thing: if a white kid had done, if the race has been reversed, like you said, sir, it would have been racialized just from the instant. Like there would have been no forgiveness. The parents would have been at a press conference. There would have been a federal. Who's heard of the DOJ being called in to investigate this case? A fucking lady planted a fake noose on her desk in fucking Allentown, Pennsylvania last week, and the Department of Justice was called in. They had 40 FBI agents swarming the fucking office, only to find out that she done the shit. If at any time there's a black person, the fucking Department of Justice the FBI is immediately sent to the scene to investigate it. We haven't seen this. This has just been the local police doing this investigation. That shows you how much privilege blacks have.
Yep.
It seem like,
but you saw what I'm saying, like they think they're entitled to their privilege, but they won't let another group have any of their own. Like you get what I'm saying?
They don't even see it. Like what I just said, no black person sees that like that. No, 99% of black people don't say, "Hey, yeah, the DOJ gets involved. If I find a string on my desk, they'll send 40 FBI agents here to." They don't see that. They don't. I saw that. The average son don't think about it like that. So they would. It's nothing to even. It doesn't exist.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they have no self-awareness. How do you coexist with people like that? You can't. And Scott Adams was right.
Not again. If this was racially motivated, which we do not fully know yet, then we will talk about that when we get there. But from what I'm gathering and from what they are saying as far as bystanders and as far as the interaction, the conversation between these two kids, it was simply, hey, get up. You need to move. Austin grabbed his book bag. Austin grabbed Carmelo's book bag. And then the fight started. And then suddenly out of nowhere, this kid, Carmelo, plunged that knife into Austin's chest. There's nothing so far that says that iterates any semblance of it being racially motivated. And until then, I think we should look at this situation as a problem with our youth